Hello and welcome to our weekly insights this week with me, Omar Ahmed. Before we start it off, let's get our headlines first. 17 students test positive for COVID-19 in Kamusinga and Kimilili schools. Justice Koame recognized for her advocacy for the rights of children. With no plans to close schools, Education Ministry says. The Ministry of Education says there are no plans to close schools, despite a spike in reported COVID-19 cases in the country. Speaking on Thursday in Nairobi, Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha stressed that learners who resumed classes 3 weeks ago should continue preparing for the national examinations scheduled for March next year. Professor Magoha on Friday blamed Kenya's culture of laxity as the biggest impediment in war against the virus. Lady Justice Martha Koame on Wednesday received runners-up during this year's UN Kenya Person of the Year 2020 awards. Justice Koame was recognized for her advocacy for the rights of children in conflict with the law and child victims. She comes second after Kenyatta University students who emerged winners for inventing a ventilator earlier this year. The Court of Appeal judge received the accolade in recognition for chairing the National Committee on Administration of Justice, NCAJ, Speaks Task Force on Children Matters that highlighted the plight of children in the justice system. 11 students have tested positive for COVID-19 at Friends School Kamusinga in Bungoma County. 6 more cases were recorded at Kimilili Boys School in the same county, while 10 cases were reported at Maranda High School in Siaya County. Siaya Health Chief Officer Eunice Foya stated that the 10 contracted the virus after interacting with one student who traveled from Mombasa County. The students have been put under isolation to curb the spread of the virus as health officials initiated contact tracing within the schools. As of October 28, 2020, Education Principal Secretary Dr. Belio Kipsang says 33 teachers had tested positive for COVID-19 since schools reopened 2 weeks ago. 2 schools were also closed down while 2 teachers have succumbed to the virus.
We are studying the behavior of the disease and the virus. Once it reaches that stage where we are sure our children are safe, to increase the numbers in our schools, we shall for sure be able to communicate. Any one time that we realize there is any of these cases, we shall always ensure that we ease ourselves out and ease our children out to continuously communicate and make sure that the environment in which our children are learning and our teachers are teaching and our support staff are in is safe environment.
The government has urged parents with children in boarding schools to clear fee balances, days after an ordering bearing heads of schools from sending learners home. School managers have been complaining about operating without money since the partial reopening 2 weeks ago. Speaking after the launch of the Kenya Literature Bureau KLB 2020 to 2024 strategic plan, Basic Education Principal Secretary Belio Kipsang said despite the financial problems Kenyans are going through during the negative effects of COVID-19 pandemic, parents should fulfill their obligations. Dr. Kipsang added that lunch arrangements for students in day secondary schools is optional and that it should not lead to exclusion of students in the events parents fail to pay. That's all we had for you today, but for more information you can go to our social media platforms at Mtoto News or visit our website at www.mtotonews.com. My name is Omar Ahmed.